The journey of grief starts when you're told your child doesn't have a heartbeat, and it continues on.
She describes it as a birth and a death, all in the same moment. Danielle Kaluski's daughter, Emelina, died in utero at full term. These precious pictures are all she has.
I have 8 photos of my daughter to last me my whole life. I have maybe 12 hours of holding her to last me my whole life. Most people, when we talk about grief and we talk about pregnancy and infant loss, don't want to acknowledge it past that first year because we're supposed to be better. Well, we're not better, and what happens is then we start hiding our grief. So for 7 years, I hid my grief like a champ. The problem was I hid it to the detriment of my own mental health.
Anyone who's experienced loss knows that the journey afterwards is incredibly long. It's a lifelong journey.
Kaluski eventually met Aditi Loveridge, who also experienced the loss of her baby. The two women recognized a huge gap in care after bereaved families leave the hospital. So they created the Pregnancy Infant Loss Support Center, offering professional counseling, peer support groups, even yoga, and a helpline answered by those who have been there.
These are people that have lived through this experience. They can really relate to the journey. So if you're feeling really overwhelmed in the space that you're at, you can connect with them and they can give you some immediate tools.
Since the pandemic started, their client list has ballooned 300%. The pivot to online has opened doors to those living in rural areas and to so many now separated from their support networks.
Grieving people are already isolated, and so I think just having this accessibility during this really critical time in our history is, I think, also leading to that increase.
Clinical psychologist Nicola Fortin says those grieving don't always get the space and the support they need.
I have had clients who have wanted to have a type of funeral, a celebration or ceremony for the loss of their baby, and other family members feeling very uncomfortable or not wanting to attend that. Rather than assume it's a topic that the mother or the partner doesn't want to speak to, maybe ask first and see if they would like to talk about their loss.
Space these two women are dedicated to holding for those still quietly but desperately trying to find hope on a difficult road. Jamie Dahl, Global News.